Alright, are we live? I don't know, I think we are. I don't know. This is much easier than me recording videos, so we're gonna do this instead. Okay, let me just do an audio check here. Yep, alright, looks like we got my voice picking up. Got some music in the background, perfect. Okay. Let's pull this up over here. I'm doing some of the things with my other monitors here right now. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, that should be perfect. Yeah, alright. Put this here and this here. Alrighty. Let's get back to doing some amazing coding here. Cool. Okay. So what I'm working on right now is simply a messaging system for Dissension. When you're getting a message, I want to relay information to the player real quick. I want to play something in the maybe bottom left corner real fast, like a noise or something. And of course, with something to be designed later, like a log or like a tablet that pulls up past information. But this message is supposed to be really quick, give really quick tidbits of information, then disappear. So it's not in the way for too much. Right now, it shows up on screen. I guess it waits for you to open the map. It'll just show the latest message from that, I believe. But right now, I'm just keeping it simple for that. So. Hey, I fixed. Going good. I'm getting a lot of the framework stuff done right now. A lot of the virtualization is done for like towns and things like that, which is perfect. But now I want to get some messaging system done, so that I'm actually going to be using this as a debug tool, really, so I can tell what the heck is going on, and then I can kind of trim it down later. Well, thank you. Right now, yeah, I'm just doing a very basic messaging system. So that's what I'm doing right now. When you're doing UI work, it can look a little more exciting maybe for you guys, but it's a lot of just changing little numbers here and there because it's not visually done at all. It's all through these numbers here. So I gotta make sure that this is all fitting in just fine. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, got an error here. Undefined. Oh, duh. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. I appreciate you stopping in at least to say hi real quick. I just kind of stream randomly, and I figured I get a chance to talk to people on occasion. It's nice to show off the work as well. I always like that. Okay. So why isn't this not displaying quite yet? Oh, because we need this number really is what we need. Oh, that's okay. I stream at really random times. I don't really stream on a consistent basis at all. I just don't have time, or I just am, playing games or talking to people, and I don't want to really chat, So let's scoot this. Actually, I think that's fine, because we do want to shrink it a little bit. Left top, let's shrink it a little bit here. Also want an image. Shrink it some more. Hey, Tyler. must be really late for you guys. What are you doing awake still? Or really early now, huh? Maybe we can make it a little tiny bit bigger, but not much. Let's do 1.5. Okay, the little weird fading effect. And that's okay, because that's a really long word, so... let's go ahead and fix that fade effect. Plus 0.5 should be all. That should be it. And then I'm going to add sound effects in next, and hopefully that should be good. It's still taking a minute. Let's do a full second. Really time for work. Wow. Yeah. You get up early for work, huh? Let's have that text fade in too. Be a little less harsh.
Hey.
Alright, let's see here. So that looks a little bit better. And the text fades in. Okay, but I want to also add in this picture here. Yeah, I'm working on the UI right now. I'm going to use this as a messaging system for players in the game, let them know what's going on, as well as the map stuff, but also as a little bit of a debug thing for me, so I can kind of keep a tabs on what the commander is thinking. Since he's going to be a little bit more somewhat of intelligent, I need to be able to keep track of where he's going and why he's going. So that's the idea, at least. And this is actually won't take that long. I just want to make sure it looks fairly polished enough. And this is all just like kind of debug, like test code. One thing that Arma does really well is I can kind of code on the fly, which is amazing. Alright, so let's see what this looks like. Other than effects, so this is going to be a capture the island. It's like a normal capture the island. Well, the picture's way too big. It's a normal capture the island, however, it's a resistance west and east. You can be playing on all sides, and the goal is just to essentially take over everything, kill the other side. And the thing that makes this one different than other ones is, well, one, I just want to do it, and two, the commanders are AI. And they have personalities and things that determine how and when they fight. So that's what I hope to be working on tonight after I get this message done, is starting to do some virtualization. There's no real gameplay yet because I'm doing all the virtualization first. I want virtual fights, virtual combat. So if there's no players around, it's very, 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 very efficient. I think the music's a little loud. Turn that down. Let me just get this picture fixed, and then we need it to fade out, obviously, when we're done. But let me get the size of that picture. I want it to be in the corner here, so let's first let's shrink this bad boy down. Let's do, there's like a general rule of thumb. I think the width, well actually, I want the pictures to be perfectly square. Let's do 0505 and see. This is what controls the width and the height of the images that you see in ARMA. Now does it just kind of pop up though? Oh, now it's just gone. Let's scooch her. Let's do 3, 2, 3. The image is just straight up gone now. Okay, that's better. Let's scooch it back to 2.5 maybe? That's still too big. Let's do 2.5, 2.5. Because I want you to be able to look at the image and just, that kind of tells you what it is. See ya, HiFix. Thanks for stopping by. Tyler, you too. Oh, let's go back to 3. Oh, okay, that's better. That's too small now. Let's try increasing it to 3 and see what that looks like. Let's do 3.5. A lot of just repetitive motion here. That's about right. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, so let's get that picture fade in as well. Boom. Boom. Oops. And that should look... What the heck? Alright, I don't know what is going on here. And that should look a lot better. And then now we need to get it, add a sound effect. Yeah, it saves, I believe. Streams are nice because they take like no maintenance from me. They just kind of go. Alright, so that's good. So let's add in the sound effects. Let's make it disappear. Let's make it disappear first, and then we need to add in the sound effects. And then let's test. Can we have an auto scroll? Does ARMA support auto scrolling? Let's take a look. I think that's coming up. I don't think there's a command. Oh, you know what? Let's see what happens. Let's do some playing here. What if I wanted to auto scroll? Okay. Can I set the scrolling? Oh, I can. Let's just see what happens if I do this. Just to play around with this, because this is something I'm just kind of learning at this point. Control auto scroll speed, control set auto scroll delay, auto scroll rewind, control set auto scroll rewind. Let's just set the delay to like 2 or 1. See if it scrolls down automatically, because that way then I can have long messages and then it just can scroll down for me. Yep, look at that. Perfect. Obviously that needs to be a little tweaked. So that is okay. But the messages really shouldn't be that long anyway. Do I want to have scrolling in there? I don't think so. Because the messages shouldn't be very long. They should be rather short. So that is really cool, but I'm going to kind of remove that for now. That's good to know, because then maybe I could do scrolling things on the side later. So let's go ahead and actually let's go that back. Okay. And then I should just be able to hide the. Can I just fade this whole control group? Then, or let's just have it fade out. Yeah. Over 1 second. So let's see what that looks like. And this all might need to be shortened up. Oh, okay. So let's do this. Let's have it stay on screen for 4 seconds, and then this delay, bring it back to 1. And see what this looks like. Then we can add in some sound effects. Perfect. And it fades out. Yep, I like that. One more time. So you can't shrink that. Okay. Sweet. Alright. So 1 second. Yeah, that's my attempt. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. Okay. I'd like to get some more. What time is it? 10:30? Okay. I'd like to get. Okay, so you can pass an image from, message from who. So maybe people can send certain messages, like from squad leader. Okay, let's get some noises. And for this part, I'm going to actually mute my... Where is it? My audio playing here. Close this. Question is, where is it? There it is. I need this because I'm gonna try to find some sounds. I need to write a function thing that just plays sounds for me, like automatically as I click on them. That would be really nice because I do this all the time. Whoa. Oh boy. I should be running vanilla because I don't know what's going to be an RHS sound or not. Oh boy. Yeah, these should be mostly from. Yeah, you know what? Let's create a, because this is something I'm going to use a lot anyway. Let's, I wonder if I can modify, I already have some code. What if I can modify? I need something that I can just like easily get a list of all the sounds in the game and press a button and play them. That'd be so nice. So let's, I already have something I stole. Oh, where is it? I think it's view images. We have view images here, and this is from Lars. But he does, this is for images, but he creates this really amazing thing. I wonder if I can convert it for sound quickly. If I can't do it quickly, I'm not going to bother right now, but I wonder if I can give it a config sounds. What happens if I just point this? I know it's not going to play the noise, but I wonder if will it even pull up the sounds. What? Oh. It will. Oh no, it won't display them probably because if part select. Okay, so right here it looks like he does a if this is in it right here, then it's a sound. Well, what if, or it's a picture, but what if we convert that? Do a lot of these sounds in an OGG? They sure do, but a lot of them don't. Okay, so what we're gonna do, he has a for each here, and we're just going to see what happens if I delete this and just do that straight up. No. Okay. Well, let's just do this because I can probably make a really quick version, because this would be nice, because I'm just so tired of doing this crap. Let's use a dialogue here, and maybe I can, if I make this, I can add it into my... Oh, you know what? I wonder if anyone has like a thing created already. Let me just see Google. This one is like a vanilla sound list. And look at your RPT after. No, I don't like that. Oh, Lars, you are a madman. He's got something again. Jeez Louise, this guy. Okay, let's run this code and see how this works, if it works. Wow. He's really searching a lot here. Okay. This seems like a really helpful script. Lars, you are a madman. Let's back this up. Sound. I'm not sure if it works or not, because this might be from, yeah, years ago. Sure is searching a lot of noises here. A lot of sounds. So here he goes. He searches fix shaders. And then he creates the UI after this. Wow, I can fix sound shaders. And with RHS, I bet you this is going to... I need to reboot with, probably. Yeah, so I probably need to reboot with... I'm running RHS, probably just vanilla, because we'll see when this is done. Let me get this. I gotta. Okay. Oh man. Whoa. Can we exclude the sound shaders? That's gonna take a while, isn't it? Let's see. Comment. Config sentences. Sound shaders. Okay. I don't know if I need the sound shaders in here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out for right now and just see what it is like without it. That's really cool, but I feel like even generating a list that big would be pretty intimidating. Oh, I can't handle that. Let's just knock that out for now. Oh. Alright. Wow, Lars, this is amazing.
All air elements, priority. Ground forces requesting immediate close air support.
Alright, we got radio. This is amazing. Wait, can I...
Be advised, ground forces requesting urgent close air support.
Ooh, hitting that button, I did not like that.
Copy that, Private. Sit tight. We're almost there. Out.
Ah, yeah, so shaders are... Looks like they're for guns. JSRS in here. That's cool and all, but I don't think I need that. This is running awfully slow. Can we cut out all shaders from this? I don't mind having it in there, but I don't need the sounds of the guns right now. Oh, that is really cool. So what I'm going to do is add that back in. And we're going to do save a copy as original. And then we're going to get rid of the shaders. This will be helpful for other sound effects too. This makes finding sound effects a lot easier. I am very excited for that, actually. It'd be amazing. And I think it's pulling a lot of sound effects from that I already sorted, I think. I am like 70% sure that's what he's doing, so I might need to find a way to empty the dang thing. Private, okay, so create progress, working, sound, properties, yep, these are all a bunch of functions, default sound, sounds, use pushback here, pushback unique. Let's where does he define this? Okay. Let's go ahead and empty this array. Actually, let's nil it. That's what I'm doing here. It looks like he caches all that stuff, which is great. But I don't want that. I don't want any of that cache. I just want the... So unless it does it once. But the list is so big, probably because of JSRS and RHS, that it really just slows everything down. I just want the sounds. The sentences are great too. That's it. That's all I need. Let's let that run again. Okay, here we go, perfect. So we got music, which is great. So we have all the music listed here. This is really nice. It even has a title and everything. Config sounds. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. That's not bad. Now does it. One thing I'm going to do real quick is, oops, save this. And here, so I can just easily access it later. I'm going to add a sleep 2 though. Perfect. And I'm going to star this code to save it. And then I'm going to rename it to find sounds. And I could just execute that whenever I want it now. Perfect. Alright, A background on this would have been nice, but I can add that later. That's not bad sound effects, but
404, Marshall 170.
okay, these are RHS, so we want to ignore anything that says RHS.
404, Marshall Moms 17023, Angel 115, push time 22.
Wait a second.
Little Bear 331.
This is missing a lot of sound effects.
All elements be advised. Ground forces requesting supply drop. Ground staff have supplies on standby at base.
This is missing a lot of sound effects. Shoot.
Sir, I've got lots of enemy movement here. Looks like they're out.
This is actually such a big list that it's lagging me out.
Over. I don't have the supplies to deal with this. Requesting support in our
Okay.
position. Over.
This looks really cool, but I just realized, like, this is missing so many sounds, so let's see if I can... Let's get the RHS stuff out. Let's see if I can fix that. We can even get rid of the sentences. Because as cool as that is, it's just too massive. Too laggy. Alright. Yeah, it's that he's pulling all the sounds from config sounds. There's a whole bunch of them in here that you can actually use. Like I can play sound this. Yeah. So he pulls it for each child classes. Format searching classes, call get array sound, if not is nil temp. Oh, okay, so what he's doing is if it there's one in here that's probably called spawn. Get array. Let's just push. Let's just see what happens if we do this. Fig name X. Back. File. Okay, let's just do this. Just kind of messing with it a little bit. I think we really just need these. Huh? Oh. This takes too long. I'm just gonna call it good. Okay, so that's better as in it's pulling these things. It's pulling all the sounds now. I'm not gonna mess with it forever just to get this to work, so. Config sounds, pushback, unique. Config name X. The file is the temp. Oh, because I got rid of the temp. So right now we're going to oops. Why is it selecting 0? There's a noise. Yeah, so get array X. So it shouldn't have a sound. So it goes config sounds X and then sound, right? So get array X sound. I don't know if this matters, but I will do something like that. And it calls this function called get file type, which that doesn't matter. Okay. File type, we're just going to return it for it, and that's going to be OGG for right now. Okay, you know, this is taking too long. This is such a cool thing, but I don't think it's just working too great right now. I think it's just out of date. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take this. And we're going to keep it real simple. Much more simple than he's got, even though his is definitely so much cooler. Gonna kind of just real quickly get some of his code. We're gonna make he did here, but really simplify it. So he's got display. Where is it? I don't know what kind of display he gets. So wait until blah blah blah. Ah. Right here. Okay. Interesting, I've never seen this method before. So he creates a dialog, display not freeze big. Okay, wait until... Sure. Let's go ahead and spawn this in. And display, okay. Does he make a list box? We're just going to create a list box. Actually, I'm just kind of curious. Now I'm just kind of learning. I'm just playing. I don't think it was 1 divided by count titles. Lars is such a smart man, let me tell you. Such a smart man. We're going to just do a list box though. Because this is also, I know this is really annoying right now, but this is for the future. So if I can just... Yeah, if I can get this done for the future as well, then make getting noises and sounds so much easier. From Arma, which is what I really want. Let's do, we're going to do control create, I think it's list box. Oh. There we are. Just this box. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and, yep, create this box. We're just going to do -1. Control set position. Sure. This doesn't have to be very precise. Let's do a list box. And then we are going to get rid of this for a second. Let's just make sure this even runs. Error replace, sure. Why has an error replace in there? Does he get rid of that? I'm just curious. Let's do this real quick. Yeah, that's how you get rid of it. My cool guy. Alright. So get rid of dialogue stuff. What a very interesting way to do this. Okay, so we create a list box, and then we're still going to be using a lot of his similar things in here that he did. So for the config sounds, config SFX is pretty cool too. Let's just focus on config sounds for now. We want to get array, essentially this. And then we need to figure out LB add. So we're going to add it to this list box. There's a lot of stuff in here. It doesn't have a title or anything. The titles are all just 0 on that. So let's just go ahead and text equals text. Actually, it's just going to be string config sounds. Okay. File equals this fella here. Let's see if we can run this now. Trying to find verbal expression config sense. Oh, what am I? Oh, pfft. Okay. Don't forget quotes. Config so type strings put to config entry. System. These are the little side projects that eat up time that you really don't want them to. So bin config, okay. So what I want to do is only use this one that I know really well. And then so you do another config, the depth. Let's just return just 0. And let's see. Config sounds, type string, expected config entry. Oh man, I haven't done these in a long time. Let's see. When was the last time I did this? So let's go ahead and take a look at, man, you don't just forget things that I really should remember well. Nope, not that. Structure lookup, unit preset, unit selection, delete unit selection, save, load, unit sort. Here we are. So for this, yeah, I do config file and I point gets. Let's use this one. I'm wasting my time, but now I've started and that whole sunken cost thing, that's okay. So then I do that. I do a for each. Here's the class name. Whoops. And does that pull the class name? I might have to type string expected. Yeah, okay, so sheep danger. So that threw up config sounds, type strings with a config entry. Oh, we could just do that, right? String it. Okay, so please go away, error. I thought I saw it in there for a second. Yeah, there's... Oh, okay. Type string. Expect a config entry. I'm gonna pull a class name. Because the class name is what? Just that. Okay. This stuff I just don't understand very well at all. Is that better? Oh, undefined variable expression. Of course. Da, da, da. Man, why am I... Now I'm just pissing myself off. Type string expected. Config entries. It's not a config entry. Config sounds. Config sounds. Failing to see how this is not... config entry, and I know I'm getting tired, but... Well, let's do it like this. Let's just simplify it even. So it would be get array, and this is kind of mimicking these over here, because on the left you have the configs, right? So this should be it. So maybe they just need the config file there as well. Yeah, maybe that is it. Maybe I do need that. Man, oh man. Okay. Config entry, expect a number of string, not a number. It's a class. Oh man, this is, I can't believe I'm doing this. What is wrong with me? So it's pulling up sheep danger. It's the class. Oh, am I doing this ass backwards again? Because if I'm looking at the config again, I need to just be pulling up just the X, right? Here it is, just X. Huh. Well, I didn't get an error that time. So Width and height is 1. Let's go ahead and add this one in here. Test equals box add list box test. Let's just see if we can even add and something in the list box. I think me trying to speed this up really just kind of broke a lot of things. Oh man, okay. I really don't want to waste time on this. Because now the list box is even working because I'm trying to do this like this way that he did it, and I really don't like it. Yeah, it's like this list box control isn't even showing up. Like, what happens if I get rid of this? I thought the way he did it was really interesting to me, and not save, son of a. I don't know why do you even let people save. And that is the list box, isn't it? So like if I do this, I use this. Yeah, I use this boxes all the time. Why? Why is this one not working? Resource list box. That is definitely strange. I can see if I even move it, what happens. Yeah, like that's a list box, but it's not updating. That is so strange. Huh, I use list boxes all the time. Weird. Alright, I'm just gonna do something weird with that whole thing. We're just gonna do it manually. Jeez, what a waste of time that was. You know what? I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm thinking this way I'm creating this dialogue is just creating issues. So I'm just gonna reuse one of my other dialogues just for this to test it. And so to do that, what we're gonna do is gonna open up the unit selection screen. We're going to reuse this display right here. I'm gonna go all the way back. I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna run this code. Oh. And let's open. Let's back up. Go all the way back. Oh, let's see. There's the list box, but it still isn't adding. What am I doing wrong? I've done this so many list boxes before. I have a feeling it's this stupid. Let's just make sure there's nothing dumb in here. They've made the whole screen. Yeah, that is so weird. Let's scoot out a little bit. Let's shrink this bad boy down. This is kind of like a pride thing right now. Where I'm like, why is this box not adding shit in? That's something really stupid too that I'm missing. Oh, well, one, let's shove it down. This is embarrassing. Hello, Jonathan. Right now I'm trying to figure out why I can't figure out how to make a list box work. I made 1,000 of these. But this is the one that decides that it doesn't like me anymore. It doesn't want to listen. Let's go ahead and system chat this back to me and see what that says. Oh, hold on, we got to fix this. This lovely bug with Arma. 0. So if we look at the list box add, we do the control. You just do the text, and it's supposed to just go. Never had this happen before. That is so interesting. Maybe this needs like a... Let's give it a value. Look at that. Game control. All the other ones work just fine. This works just fine. Like, this is a list box here. This is literally a list box. And that is how I... This is legit boggling my mind. So if you open up this, yeah, should have just add it just like you would expect. That is so weird. I guess we can try it this other way. I'm gonna do it here. Test. What? Why is that way working? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, ain't that just a peach? Okie dokies. I am a doofus. Should not have been that hard. It wasn't that issue all along. It's a completely separate issue. Gosh. Man, that is just the stupidest. Okay. So what we have to do is do list box lb add. I don't know why that's suddenly not working anymore. Now they're showing up. Well, that's weird, that command just doesn't work. Okay. Don't know why. We're gonna just ignore that for right now. Let's go and set the data. X. list box. Oh, yeah, list box, index. Set data is going to be the file. It's like 0. So we're just pulling the sound. Let's make sure that that goes up. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Just want to be able to play the sound by clicking on it. That's all I want. Variable file. Let's go in system chat string. Boop. Some of the things it doesn't work. If not is nil, then we can do that. So long as it has a sound category. Perfect. So that's the data. And then all we need to do is add in a control event handler. Add control add event. There it is. So all I want to do is when you click on it, I want it to play a noise. That is all I want. So we're going to throw this in here. We're going to look at our user interface event handlers. We're going to look at our list box ones. On list box selection changed. Here are the params. Okay. Data equals LB data selected index. I think we need to pull the list box still, right? So we'll need to, yeah, just like that. So then we'll do play sound data, something like that. I am just not even thinking about that. We're just gonna go and give it a try, see what happens. Okay. Let's see if it's even running. Chat run. Chat string data. This is already a string, so it should just work. Yeah. Oh, I see. See, it's pulling the whole string. And we just need, I think it's just this part, actually. We don't even need the data part. I just realized, I think we can just LB text. We just need that part, I believe. Default add item, okay. Let's see if that's even a thing. Yeah, add item, okay, right here. So, play sound, add item, okay. Read out, hide, click to. I know these are noises. Let's see. I know. Well, let's look at alarm. Yeah, like, I know the tactical ping is obviously one, so yeah. So we can tell this is trying to play it. Oh, because it's a string of a string, maybe. There it goes. Okay. Jeez. And this is all happening because we are adding it. We're stringing it here. So we just need to get rid of that. And get rid of that. We'll do copy to clipboard format. Oh no, let's just do copy to clipboard data. Perfect. Okay. What a disaster. So boom. Oh. Alrighty. What a waste of time that was. Uncust or that. Okay, there's that one, and then there's configs. Config SFX, right? I thought there was. Config SFX. Sound sets. Which is not what we need. Oh, right there. It's like in here. Okay, yeah, so let's pull this as well. And config SFX. So let's we'll do 2 of them just for the sake of time. Let's just see if it works. Oh. These just could have all random sorts of things in them. Yeah, that's not important. Okay. Alright, anyway, let's get back on track. What a pain. Task assigned is good. Can I turn up the sound? Yikes, okay. They're all the same sounds. Okay, default. Notification close seems pretty nice. So let's go back to what we were doing so long ago is what it feels like. And I kind of like this for closing it. Maybe that one works okay for opening it. I'm gonna have a couple things in here. Adding some sound effects. I kind of like that. That's not great. Oh, I just started playing some radio tracks. Oops. There's no way for me to clear that.
Welcome to the NATO Military Expo.
Oh no. Okay. Let's avoid these things. A lot of sounds in here. Stop the sound. Okay, this one might work well better than the readout click, maybe. Maybe weapon rested. These are good, so I can use these for later for simulating fights. I really wish that music would go away. That's pretty cool. Keep targets nice. Ooh, the zoom in, zoom out is actually kind of nice. So let's try that. Zoom in. Zoom out. See if it fits. That's good too.
Gambler, this is Battlemage. Exfil point reached. Good job, guys.
No, absolutely. That's in Indiana. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just a way to stop noises on armor. Let's go ahead and Report back to get rid of some of these forever sounds. That's just driving me nuts. Let's see what this looks like. Make sure things working still. Oh, actually, you know what? I didn't go into my menu. Like, oh, that's not kicking me into my. Yeah, that's not great. Well, let's worry about that in a second. See if this works just fine. Oh, I finally did it. Weird. Huh. I'll take a look at that in a second, huh? Okay, so let's move the place into here. The zoom in effect to there. Okay, the zoom in effect still. Gotta just get that timing just right. That's not bad. I want that thing to get to the top faster, I think. So oh wait, no. 0.25, let's try that. I need another maybe sound effect for when it displays the message. So let's do out of sleep there. And the delay we're gonna add like 2 seconds. And then we need like one more sound effect, I think, for the actual displaying of the message. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's get this. All that frustration, jeez. Lots of RHS noises in here.
行，开火。To Anaka Tower to unknown aircraft. You're entering a restricted flight zone. Turn around immediately or you will be fired up on.
警戒线被突破，有入侵者。
Huh. The old man ones don't even work. Because they're something different. Blah, blah, blah.
Workers from the International Development and Aid Project have established a new emergency center on Wednesday in the town of Regina. A volunteer from the organization explained that the camp would be distributing anti-malarial medication 7 days a week and offering supplies to those in need.
Nope. Definitely not. No, none of these. Hmm. Blah, blah, blah. Interesting. Okay. Oh, wow, that was loud. These are nice, but they don't match the digital kind of thing of it, so... Hmm. I wonder what this one sounds like. I could do custom sounds, but this saves a lot of space. Yeah. I think that works great. That works just well enough. Okay. And then having an option to disable that will be fine too. This is if it shouldn't be very common. Because it is, like, imagine if you get one of those even every like 2 minutes, right? Like, okay, that's fine. Let's shorten that up some more then. So maybe it just needs to be much, much, much quicker. And that's okay. Let's add it in there and see what happens. What if I just... Well, let me get what I have right now looking fairly decent then. Maybe the beeping is actually just too much as well. So... yeah. I think that's fine. So let's leave it that there. Let's go and delete that. Let's delete it as well. We don't need this spawned at all. Okay, so let's test this out. Let's actually add this into something. So let's go. Let's back this up so we can actually incorporate this into the game. Blue forward net. Function. Functions AI commander. Blue for net. Let's go ahead and oh, the music. That's what I'm missing, the music. Man. Okay, now we can add that music back in. Jeez. Commander personality. Okay. Commander AI. So now what I want to do is just to test that in the beginning when you spawn in. Have the player get that data sent to him right away, like, hey, this is the type of commander you have. Just as a test, right? If that sticks in there or not, I don't know. So we're going to create a whole new folder called player. This is just all player functions. And we're going to put it in the functions folder. And we're going to, well, add a whole new section here. So we're going to grab this. It's going to be called player. Player functions. The first one we're going to have is going to be commander info. This will be one of the starting scripts that we use after determining commander's personality, right? And then that information I do believe should be public as well, so let's go and true that. And we gotta find a way to grab this info. I have an idea. So let's go ahead and grab this. There's a switch case in here I can... Let's close this one out. Let's play side, yep. Okay, so depending on the player side is what information we pull. So... To the west building. All right. 0, 1, 2. Index. Logic equals dis w building. Select index. Let's do data. Data params is going to be the logic, the position, type, HP. I think that's like the scouted array, and that's like, oh wait, what's between this and that? That's the flag, it's a town. Okay. Perfect. So player set pause position. And then commander personality equals logic variable. This should be public, right? I think this could even be pulled outside, I believe. Yeah. Now let's do inside. Okay, so there's for that, and then let's do that for east and resistance. East is going to be some east building. Resistance building, so that's why it works for any side. And then down here I want to do like a sleep 5, and then we do that command that we just so carefully crafted for way too long to probably only change it in the future. From commander that's the message is going to well be compiled, and then the image just use that default image for now. Okay, so this is going to be a well, a formatted message. Let's see how it looks. So let's kind of Make it down a little bit. So his, let's do the fighting style first. So 0 and 0. Select 0, select 0. Select 1, select 0. I believe something like that should work. Do, 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 do. Spawn. Okay, this I expect to have some issues with. Let's go ahead and launch it up and see what happens. At the very least, this will shove me to the commander, I hope. But who knows? Okay, well this time booted me straight up into this menu. I'm just gonna take my testing preset still. Continue that. Oh, okay. So it set me up here, which is good. Okay, incoming message from the commander. Fighting style aggressive, unifocus infantry. That actually worked pretty well. Wow. Okay. Did not expect that to work so well my first try with my mistakes I've been making tonight. Let's do this. Let me execute. Let me recompile that. Oh. Just my mission file, please. I love how Arma does that, though. Just my dissension functions, and let's do commander info. Let's recompile that, and then do. Teleports me again. Maybe I can pass like a custom delay for each one. Yeah, let's do that. So let's leave like 10 seconds. Because then that way I can tailor them a little bit more specifically. Most of them probably should be really short, but maybe the beginning one needs to stick on the screen for a little bit longer. So let's add that in here. Delay. And that delay is not going to change that delay. I'll change that to flash delay. Want the delay for it to fade away. I think it needs to be, yeah. So we change the commander info, and then the notification UI. So let's recompile those functions. Call that again. So So players spawn in, they get teleported just to their HQ. Message. Oh boy, something went wrong here. Oh boy, yeah, something went really wrong. Probably because... oh, that's why. Duh. Doesn't even display it. There's a flash delay here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Try that again. Okay, and then the text is getting cut off. So that tells me, unfortunately, what I need to do. This might be a pain in the ass, but that's okay. Is I'm going to take. I need to essentially, for the visual, for the message text, I need to. I'm gonna expand it down. Let's just see how it ruins the UI though. I'm going to decrease it to, let's see, 1. Oh, not bad at all. Okay. Okay, so that's not bad. And then we can make that look even better by going back to the commander info. And let's add a sleep 3 back to that. Or sleep 5 to give people a chance to kind of wake up. Get on screen for 20 seconds. And then we will let's add some color. One thing the commander needs to do like right away though is probably have him make a barracks right away. So that's gonna be the next thing we do is have him make a barracks. So then you can start recruiting just basic troops just ASAP to start fighting. Alright. Let's get this down. Let's add some color to that. Okay, here we are. So then we can go for the commander info. Maybe this we like to color. And the color we think should be just kind of copy these. So the west color is this. Commander info. It's west. This is the east color. So now it's color coded depending on your commander. I'm just spending a lot of time with these little tiny details. I really want to make this look well polished. That's probably why I cared so much. I gotta be careful not to get sucked into too many little details, so I think this is just gonna be good enough for now. Because one of the biggest things I want to make sure I do is really make sure just really make sure people are knowing exactly what's going on. Oh, that's, god dang it. I'm gonna take away my gun. Drop that on the ground, drop that on the ground. So you spawn in, you get a couple seconds, and then you get an incoming message, you get a noise, and then you don't see anything because this is messed up somehow. Let's see what I did. I was using this as my reference, so let's go ahead and screw down back on down. Two color. So put it inside of this. And we should just end it like this. Let's look at more examples of color. So I do T color here. Then I end it with a /T. Let's go back to commander info here. You know, I don't parse text this. Do I do that? Let's double check. Let's go back to the notification UI. I do parse text it. This might also be an issue. Yeah, this could be... I think it's an issue with these. And double quotes, maybe. I've had weird issues with these, so I need to kind of test it all. Done a lot of learning. I've engaged in the process of learning through all this. Okay, incoming message commander. Nope, so it wasn't that. I know I recompiled it, so it's not the side color. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And there it is there. That's space just in case. I highly doubt that's it. It's not a reason why we shouldn't be able to do this. And just in case, I'll even will do that. Huh. What is going on here? Well, I guess we'll just make sure that the color is returning. I'm sure it is. Hello, Frog. Are you awake now? I was talking to you earlier, but you disappeared. You weren't there, I should say. Why is this not doing it? But now I can't figure out why this coloring isn't working. Well, it would be good if the coloring would work. It's the exact same thing I do for this guy right here. Why I want the color take? That's what I do up here too. Oh, is that why? Maybe. Let's check that out. It looks like this needs to be in quotes, maybe? Because there's some kind of weird issue like double, triple quoting it. I really don't feel like that's it. Because that would be really weird. Take this one over here. I do that with. It's in quotes. There's no way that's. Yeah. So maybe I need to. These in quotes like that. Hey, that was it. Sweet. Okay, so let's get a different icon for that, and then let's call it that good. And I want to start. I like to get some of the unit spawning going. We got to tie it into the barracks. We got to get the commander to make a barracks. The next step. Let's do these images really quick. Looking for an icon you should see from the commander when you spawn in. So are these hints? Yeah. Let's use oh, they got some new in here. I think for this one we could use something more like that. Let's also take a look at, I think, config maps. has a lot of images in it too. No? I thought it was. It was a config map. Was it icons? Shit, what was it? I thought it was config maps. It had shit in it. Oh, config markers, I think, was it. Yeah, config markers had quite a few as well. That should work. Yeah. Config markers is a really good one. Ah, see, we can make the flag change. Here we go. So, yep. So the image can change depending on the side UI, which also helps drive home the message, hopefully. So if you're US, that comes, and then we have East. Well, I guess it really depends on what you make the factions, huh? You know, we're just gonna do basic, these three right here, the basic three. Yeah, let's just do the basic three. Let's just do NATO. CSAT. And AF, yeah, that works. Faction index. I think you can pull faction index and configure the unit. Does it have a picture attached to it? If it has a picture attached to it, that'd be great. Oh, it didn't teleport me this time. Oh! I didn't do that code. Yeah. Right. This is just pulling an image right now, because the faction index is just a number. That's okay. Right now I'm just using player side. Yeah, that works. So it sends a text on blue 4, so it gives me a blue 4 flag. That's perfect. One more time. Make sure. Oh, oops, I don't let the other one finish. Oopsies. One more time. That one stays on your screen for longer. Yeah, you could. Yeah. Let's double check that. You'd have to like kind of build that, I think, like custom. Maybe you didn't have to. That'd be really cool, because then you could, based on the faction of like some of the units. They do have a faction, yeah. So maybe you could, depending on the faction that they have, tie that to flags somehow. Maybe there's like a faction. That might have to be manual, but that wouldn't be too hard work. Bye, Frank. Thanks for stopping by, friend. Okay, I think that's going to be good enough for that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to add this in to when the commander makes a new structure as well. And so we already have that script more or less done, right? So what I need to do is get him creating the barracks much quicker. So we have the structure select already in here, and this is the commander's beginning of his brain, right? So we have the structure select. So we have it, a lot of extra code down here, but we have it when he creates something. Yeah, structure spawn, he spawns it in. Structure spawn. Okay. So then we need to add in the notification UI here. Now we need to have a remote exec function for this. So we're going to be remote execing this. So we need is this ours? We're going to need to borrow some stuff from this. I think this has, yep. Right. So you have to tell, just in case someone installs this on a really locked down server, you have to essentially tell it what functions you want to be able to be remote exec. And we're going to get rid of a few of these. This is for VCOM. I don't know if I need those in my... I don't know if I need those in right now, but let's just go ahead and add a function that we can remote exec is going to be this guy. And so I'm gonna have to remember how I do that. I have not used a lot of these commands in a long time, so let's go ahead, pull up remote exec again. You know what? Like, I really want to do it the lazy way, but I'm trying to avoid doing it the lazy way as much as I want to. This is the lazy way that I've done it many, many, many times before, and it's just so tempting to do it again that way. Looks like I have so much more finer control in scripts. Oh, let's see what you can do. You can have targets. So what we can do is, I'm not going to do it this way. I'm going to try to resist this here. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. This is like a good example right here. So we're going to do remote exec. This, we're going to do it only to the side. Okay. And we're going to have this is from the commander. And the message is going to be, well, again, this is going to be our custom message here. Commander info. So we're going to borrow this format here. Bam. What we're going to do is do construction complete. Keep this rather simple. I think we pull the title right. Here's the title. I'll also post the location of it. Which we have. We have the. Is the F5 variable? Does that contain crap? Does that contain the data? Can't remember. I'm trying to find the actual name of the location, and so when I create, I don't need this anymore. When I create the markers, I have to double check what data I save. That marker is. I know there's a way to pull the name. Yep, I do. It is straight up 0. It is straight up 0. Okay. So let's go back to structure spawn. FTE select 0. Location. Bam. That's really all we need. So I'm going to put in the message. And we need an image for constructing something, so let's go back to this. Oh shoot. Really? Check because I closed it out. Just something that looks like a building. I mean, there's an installation. Is there anything else that's just... I think that'll do. These circles I want to use so much. I don't think I will. Use that for now. Well, I'll show up on the screen for like 10 seconds. Because this shouldn't be too common. Alright. So let's just see if this command in general works. So if I do this, I'm going to change the message to just test. Let's get a test message here. Type any expected side number, side object group string. Oh. I'll have to change this to West. Yep, okay. Test, perfect. And so that will only send that to everyone on the correct side instead of everyone everywhere. Alright. Perfect. So the next thing we need to do is figure out, well, how do we get the commander to actually spawn and shit? So let's go ahead and it's AI. Functions. Commander AI. Okay, so this does start, right? It actually does have a structure select order in here. So let's go ahead and add in some debug code. And so really, let's set this to reduce the structure to building timer to like 20 to 30 seconds or something like that. So we can just really test it. Right now it's at like 10 minutes, and I thought I was in there longer than 10 minutes, but we're going to find out. Okay, here's the map. Just load it in. I said it just completed the supply crate, yeah. We can have that wait longer. And the structure timer constant looks like it's all at 10. Now, you're seeing 3 of them because there's 1 for each side right now. That's okay. So once it's a 30, it should try to make another one. Yep, create structure. Okay. So it went to go create a structure. And nothing happened. Okay. So we need to figure out why when we go to create a structure, nothing happened. So when you're dealing with FSMs and these types of things, this stuff is where it gets a little frustrating. Because there we go. You have to restart. You can't just, I don't think you can reload it in-game, which really sucks. So I can't like recompile this in-game, which I really wish you could. So, I mean, I can test it again, but I can change this, like, say, blah blah blah, like that. That's because it's already being executed. And if I were to re-execute the FSM, this is a loop, so therefore I can't recompile it. Maybe if I could end it, but we'll worry about that later. So, obviously runs this code, and let's go ahead and system chat these things here. System chat format. Actually, let's go to structure select. And as long as we know the right variables are being passed, then it's okay. I know I tested this earlier and it worked just fine, but you know, when you're testing and... Oh wow, hold on. That's why. Right now we're just passing the side through. And it does the rest from right now. So let's go ahead and back out. Let's just cross our fingers and hope that was the only fix that was needed. I'm not used to really coding this slow, but there's like so many little intricacies I want to make sure I get right in the beginning that I don't want to rush ahead and give a half-baked product, kind of like what I have a tendency to do sometimes. So I'm really making sure it looks great. And I realize I need, yeah. I'm wondering, let's go to the notification UI. Actually, get rid of that entirely. And then what we're going to do for the notification UI system, because you notice those two of them are kind of overlapping, we're going to do a notification active, then it's false. So wait until not false, true. I'll wait until it's false, wait until it's not true, we'll set it to true, and then once it's done, for 2 seconds, we can set it back to false. So then that way this one will wait. So now they'll wait one after the other, in case you get like 2 just by any chance. Oh, we got structures being created. So you can see here we have supply cache, and now the barracks is done, which is good. I think in the beginning having nothing happening for 5 minutes is fine. And you can see that there was nowhere else for him to create the structure. Well, let's see. We got one more. Yep. Which is good. So this is maxed out because all we have right now, all I have in the game are 3 structures right now, which is the HQ, the supply cache, and the barracks. That's all we're focusing on right now. And since this is already maxed out, he didn't just throw down another barracks. Each tank only have 1 of each structure. As of right now, maybe in certain abilities will allow them to get more later. So that's good that that's ticking and they're not spamming him or it's not airing out. So that's fantastic to see. So great. We have a barracks. And now that we have a barracks, we can start working on units spawning. And that is a whole other beast. So let's get to it. I'm not sure how far I'm going to get tonight on that. I've already done a lot of good work, but we need to make sure that I get some of it going, just for my sake, for my own sanity. So in the beginning, I think what I'm going to do, let's go back to the variables. I want there to be, I don't mind a 10-minute wait between building each structure. At all. Like having the game actually pace be rather slow is great. But I think in the beginning I want them to get the barracks up quicker, so I might force them to build it rather quick in the beginning. And the way I can do that is okay, not the biggest fan of this, but if it's just doing one thing, then that's fine. I'm going to have them just straight up after, wait a minute before it does anything, and then it spawns in that structure. It does one more time right in the beginning of the game, and that will ensure a barracks gets made pretty quick, because the next structure in the list is a barracks and will always be a barracks. So I don't have to worry about that. This is if they die. This is logic if the commanders die. So this one brain right here is going to control all 3 commanders. Now, it doesn't mean they'll act the same, because this is kind of a framework, and there's going to be a lot of different behaviors in here that they're going to be allowed to follow. Like some parts might be more common than others. So we're going to see how that goes. But the next thing we need to do, I'm not even sure where exactly to start, but we need to have a kind of an objective thing figured out, right? So in the beginning, this has got to stay simple in the beginning. It's going to get complicated pretty quick. When we talk about this, I mean like, okay, what are the objectives? So if they have this up here, what's the objective? And I think each side is going to have a different objective depending on... I think I have an idea, but what we're going to do is we have to decide what our objective is. So, I'm trying to think. This is going to be subject to a lot of change. But the first thing that comes through my mind is I want to have, on occasion, they're going to need to come in to assess, not all the time, but just assess what the current main objective is, like a general goal. Is it to capture territory, more territory? Is it to just push aggressively towards known enemies? Is it to defend? Is it just to sit, wait to get money? Or more money? Those types of things. So we need essentially a system that can figure out goals. So, and a priority. So the first thing I would assume you want to do, and again, and this is all going to be done with this FSM system, but the first thing we want to do is just take territory. First thing we want to do. Now, resistance is going to be different ball game here, and how they work, because, well, they're not going to want to probably rush up and start taking territory away from Blue 4. Or do they? I don't know. We're going to find out. So the first thing I'm going to have is just take territory. And it's going to be, I think, lower priority right away. So the first thing I'm going to do is take territory. And let's keep it simple at first. So let's just put this on, really right now, a timer. And I'm trying to think what I want to do. Do I want to work on the virtualization system first for groups? Now this will lead right into that anyway. So, goodness, okay. So these are air vehicles, max vehicle, max unit, max, so we can have. West building, east building, resources, okay. So we're going to have things too, like low resources and things like that, where they'll go out to focus on certain resources. The first thing we want to do is just take territory. And the general direction for most, and I don't want to do this just straight flat. Let's just have one that's just focuses on taking close territory first. So take close territory. Because maybe there's in the beginning you don't have a lot of firepower before you try to take an airfield or like a port or something like that. You need to have, like, see, really ideally if you start here you want to take this airfield like right away. but maybe in the beginning we don't have enough firepower, so we want to focus him on taking a close territory first. So that's what this one is going to be. So take close territory. Pretty low on the totem pole, so it can be easily bypassed by other things. Right now we're just going to be having it, we'll have a group that's close territory group is false. This is going to change a lot, but right now, if this is false, this is already a group that is set to go be capping things, then we need to spawn it. And here's the thing too, in here we have set FSM variable. And this is a really good command. I think I'm going to use a lot. So what I just realized, so they can influence this from the outside in. So we don't need to use a lot of other set variable commands. Blue 4 init. So let's find the blue 4 init. There it is. So when we do this, I'm curious if this actually returns a number. So let's test this really quick. Let's test the editing a variable inside an NFSM. Okay. Let's take territory, bam, and bam. And then what we're going to test is I'm going to set this to true. So this one won't trigger. False. And then even on top of that, just to really make sure, I'm going to have it return the variable here. Okay. Let's go and test this really quick. Okay, basic unit selection. I'll have to actually go in there and set up real units eventually. So port, this is another change here. Okay. Both territory group is true. Alright. So let's go ahead and system chat string. See, that's playing on no script. Because I'm doing spawn for this. Yeah, let's execute FSM. Man, so you really can't do that way. Alright, let's see. Let's go to the blue 4 and let's start here. Change to execute FSM, and that is going to be the F function AI commander to FSM. And set this folder. Okay. Let's try one more time. So FSMs apparently always return a handle if you use execute FSM, but not if you compile them. Good to know. Again, we're going to be testing this. Okay, let's just again use our just testing preset. Supply cache creating, and see those messages are waiting. And I think in the game it might be wise to hide chat while that is showing on screen. Yeah, to hide chat for sure. So have a PMC commander, some jets. That was very nice. So let's go. This one works too. Oh, yep, that does return something. So if we use, again, I have not used this command very much, set variable FSM. So say I have that, and I do set variable FSM. And the variable I want to set inside of this FSM, pull that back up, is the one that we're constantly hinting back is closed territory group. I want to change it to false. So the next time I should see a single false in there next time. That runs. Yep. And that's pretty sweet. So that means I can impact these FSMs in a lot of ways. So that is very, very, very cool. I haven't really used that much, so now I'm going to be using it. So let's, again, open her up. Okay. So we need to create a function that creates them. What we're going to do first is I'm going to write a function that this is going to be pretty tough. So what we need to do, I'm just thinking out loud here, is we need to have, and this might be for a different day too, we need to have a function that this one here will be spawns in the logic, and then another function that and then it has some kind of brains to it, or tells it where it needs to go. Have another function that is constantly checking all the logics, like where they move to. So we have an all-seeing eyeball here. That's just seeing where it's always at and where everything else is in relation to it, and if it needs to spawn in or not. And so that in itself isn't too hard. It's just if I want to do that effort right now. Because then we need to also have that as well. If there's no players, it needs to be a virtualized fight. So there's a lot of, this is probably going to be the next biggest chunk. But essentially, because once this gets done, then the game is essentially on the way already. So let's mess with spawn virtual group. The first thing we need to do is spawn a virtual group. So let's go ahead and add this to our functions list. Okay. This function will handle spawning a virtual group. I can already see basic. A couple of parameters are going to need. And this one I definitely, well, I might borrow a lot from the other Dissension, but I'm not quite sure yet. So, so what we're going to have in here is when this happens, we want to be passing true, because this is for take close territory. Oh no, not a basic troops or not. That's in between if we have the higher structures. Right now we just have basic troops, so we'll work in that in later. Right now we're just gonna do the side and objective for the group will be take close. And I'm trying to think how we're going to have to do this. I'm going to have like another such a function that's always checking on squads and seeing what they do. And I might have to have two brains for the AI commanders or the groups even. I'm trying to think the best way to do this, but it also needs to be efficient. I think this will be the best way actually. So we might have another FSM or another section of FSM that handles the AI groups where they do little checks here. But we're going to see how that goes. There's a lot of ways to do it. But I at least want an objective to take close, right? Okay. So what we want to do is find the first step. We know, just starting somewhere, is we have to find the barracks. Find all barracks. So what I'm going to do to make this hopefully easier is to start closing out some of these, because we have just so many files open. Let's get back to, yeah, we don't need to find sounds one. We don't need this one. The variables we might need. These we might need. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need the selection screen. We don't need this yet. Do that. I think we'll need this later for sure. Okay, that at least helps a lot. That might need that. Okay. Find all barracks. Let's find all barracks first. And so we do that by looking at, well, the building list. And of course, you're going to see this being a repeating theme. You need to pull each site-specific stuff. So we need structures. And this will pull all the structures that we currently do have. And, well, first we should define important variables first. Find all important structures. So we are going to eventually want to sort into like barracks, heavy factory, all that stuff, because certain units only come from certain places. Aircraft only spawn at airfields. But right now we're going to just do barracks. It's going to be a list. Okay. And so we do know params. We're looking for, this is the logic that's attached to it, the position and the name. And the name. So I gotta see. So the name is building list pushback. Where do you find the name at? Structure lookup. The system is like, I don't, it works so well, but it's just also kind of so annoying. Structure lookup. What, is it just a function? Yep. So the type is this. Okay. So what we do, then we come back to the spawn virtual group. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to get units fighting tonight because there's a lot of things I want to do. For sure. So I was going to do name, ID name equals x select 0, 1, 2. If ID name is equal to, then hey, we might want to pull the title actually. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if that's updated. Structure spawn. We might need to use the structure. So I was just thinking, well, no, we can do it this way. Because it might be named something different, and yeah. I was just trying to make this more future-proof. But I think just gonna have to do it like this. Each side might have different structure names potentially. Not sure why, but it's okay. And we'll push back the whole list with it. The reason for this is because now we come down here. Come down here. The resistance is starts with an R, that starts with an O. That's now something we can go in game and kind of test. If I can just get it to find a barracks, then I'm happy. Oh yeah, let me do that as well. stay on top of things. Something with my notifications. Notification UI. There. This dog's barking. Dang. Okay. So we should have a barracks be created. Hopefully before too long. But we can definitely test spawn virtual group here. Hoping we get why is that not spawning? So this should... It is 60. Let's just... do it now. Maybe 60 seconds is longer than I thought. Okay, so now we have a barracks. Go ahead and recompile that. And now we're getting one barracks. You can see it returns one barracks list 1 on the bottom. So it's picking up this barracks, which is great. Barracks. And what we're going to do in the beginning, actually, I think, is we're just going to push back the logic itself, the actual just thing itself. And then we need to do a search for flag poles. Find nearest enemy. Okay. So this is a search for that. We need to figure out what units we want to spawn. Let's figure out what units to spawn. So I'm going to do this and probably shut down, or end this recording / stream here. Because this next part is going to be very important to do right, and I'm tired. I got a lot of work to do tomorrow. So I got to make sure I do this right. Okay, let's at least see if we can incorporate in some of the units. So if barracks units is greater than 0, then if we have a barracks, let's get our basic units into the spawn list. Okay. So then this goes back to something I did a while ago. The first thing I ever did for this. We want want to find the unit selection save. And look at this, we have all these category names. And we also public variable them out. Okay. So blue 4. Take a look at that. So since we public variable each of these, right? Let me just triple check that. Yep. So I can actually just copy this. Thank you, Pass Me, for making this much easier for myself. And I don't necessarily need to have all these defined like that. But now I know, like, spawn light infantry class names. I know these are long names, but right now I just need to make sense. You can always come in here and shorten the names later. And what we're going to do, because you could actually no, we could just push back the entire array. Push back the medics. So actually, we don't need to push it back. We could just set it up like this. So we would have light units. Oh, I know a better way to do this. Yep. Okay. Complete list. Complete list of all these dudes is going to be. What is going on here? It's like broke. That's not supposed to go off my screen like that. It's okay. No one has to know. Notepad++. Alrighty. So that way we have all the possible units you want there. Getting defined for each one. And then so we know zeros be the light units. Advanced medics should be 0, 1, 2. Anti-air 8T 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Heavy armor cars, heliplanes, boats. Yep. Okay. So as long as we have a barracks, we can get access to light infantry. Hey, I think we even get rid of AA and AT. I think those are heavier dudes. And we get light infantry and medics, essentially. Hey, Damien. Okay, so this will at least start giving us access to that. Now we're starting to actually build up our units, which is great. I hope you're doing well. I'm getting ready to go to bed myself, my friend, but it's nice to see you. Okay, perfect. So this is working. So this is, I'm going to make this very clear here. This is figuring out what units we can use. And this helps my eyeballs tell this is the beginning. Figuring out what units we can use. This is the end of it. So we're defining it. And I think the next part is we need to beginning spawn virtual units in. And that's our next step, I think. So we spawn in the virtual unit. So we spawn in the virtual unit. We assign objective to that unit. And we assign objective to the unit. Yep. And then we need to create a separate FSM maybe? Separate system that handles their movement and that handles them spawning in. So we need to have multiple systems in place for these dudes. And that's going to be the hard part, because we need to have multiple systems in place for, let's see if I can reason this out. So we need to have a system in place for, so I need to have one system in place for rendering them around the players. Another system in place for virtual battles, no players nearby, and also like making it sound like there's a battle happening, right? And then another system for their movement. And these will probably all be entangled. This will probably all be like one function handling them all at a time. I probably want to have one giant function that handles all of them instead of having a lot of little functions handling one group. So that would be probably ideal. The first step is obviously getting this in, and then we're actually really close to, now that we have the spawning system in for the buildings, and we have the supply cache is spawning, the HQs, we can start actually filling in features. And so what we can have happen is that they spawn in here. And before I even worry about the players at all, like having them spawn in physically with the physical troops, I want to see them start moving to go do their objective and cap it or not. And then we can start going pretty crazy with it. There's still a lot of little things, like right now, these guys are going to go and there's going to be no resistance in this town. And so resistance towns probably need to start with like some random defensive strength in the beginning. Same with blue 4 towns. And so like if they come in here, there'll be like maybe, you know, a handful of guys hiding somewhere, maybe in defensive posture in buildings that need to be cleared out. And then it'll be virtualized. So there'll be some kind of fighting back and forth, and that's like kind of a dice system I have to make. So that's gonna be the first thing, is can they go and fight and take over towns and things. So you need to be able to take over towns and then move on, and then, you know, start doing uncompromised things like rearming, and then moving on, fighting, attacking, and then rearming, all those types of things. And so and maybe we'll change it from get closest to attack town, so it'll look for the closest town. Yeah, then they're gonna have to try to find, you know, like this is gonna be a bigger town for 43 manpower. So it's 12. Is it better to go get these small ones first and then attack this big one? So we have a lot of decision making stuff we have to figure out. So that's going to be definitely a lot of math. So we can have to do some calculations of our of a group's relative strength. So first spawn them in, and then figure out what to do with that strength next. For sure. So I'll have to do like find some way for them to figure out where all the closest towns are. So we'll have to do things like where we test the pathing, whether you try to path this town, and let's see if it yeah, because if they try to path to this town, they're gonna go through that. There's where they can go here instead. Yeah, so we're gonna have to really try to mess with it, see how smart we can make them. Okay, I think I'm gonna end that here, guys. Thank you for watching. I wish I could have got to the actual infantry spawning, but we're very close now. I think we're actually set up to get them spawning in. I hope I get time to work on this throughout the week. So I want to get the virtual units spawning in and moving in the map and attacking virtually. Would love for that to happen. Other than that, everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this if you watch this later on YouTube. This was just a really interesting session. Okay, everyone, take it easy.